Have you ever wondered who really pulls the strings on the world stage? Who operates in the shadows, shaping events that affect us all? Today, we're diving deep into the clandestine world of the most powerful intelligence agencies on the planet. From the CIA to MI6, Mossad, and beyond, we're going to try and expose some of their biggest secrets. Intelligence agencies are the unseen hands that guide global affairs. They're the ghosts in the machine of international relations, gathering information, influencing powerful leaders, and sometimes even rewriting history itself. Their work is a complex tapestry of mystery, controversy, and high-stakes power plays. It's a world where a single piece of information can be more valuable than an entire army. But this power doesn't come without a price, and that's where things get complicated. One of the biggest debates surrounding these agencies is privacy. In our hyper-connected digital age, agencies like the NSA have the capability to collect and analyze unimaginable amounts of data. They monitor emails, phone calls, social media, everything. The official reason is always national security, to stop threats before they happen. But where do we draw the line? At what point does protecting the nation turn into infringing on the fundamental rights of its citizens? It's a tightrope walk over a canyon of ethical dilemmas, and a single misstep can have massive consequences for personal freedom. Then there's the darker side, the ethical gray areas that make many people uncomfortable. Methods used to extract information can be brutal. We've all heard stories and allegations about questionable interrogation techniques. These practices spark intense debate, forcing us to ask difficult questions about our own values. How far is too far? Is it ever justified to sacrifice one principle to uphold another? These are the moral quandaries that agents and policymakers wrestle with daily, often with no easy answers. The demand for accountability clashes with the very nature of their work, which thrives on secrecy. Another massive controversy is the potential for abuse of power. History is filled with examples of intelligence agencies conducting covert operations that go far beyond simple information gathering. We're talking about operations designed to destabilize governments, manipulate public opinion, or prop up friendly regimes. This leads to a serious trust issue. How can the public trust an organization that operates without transparency? This has led to widespread calls for greater oversight, for someone to watch the watchers. But again, how do you effectively oversee an agency whose primary defense is that revealing its methods would render them useless? It's a classic catch-22. The impact these agencies have had on global events is simply staggering. Their fingerprints are all over the most significant moments of the last century. They've been the architects of espionage missions that sound like they race straight out of a spy novel. They've engaged in sabotage, and now they're the frontline soldiers in the invisible battleground of cyber warfare. Their work has influenced the outcome of wars, swayed elections in foreign countries, and even manipulated global economic trends. With this immense power comes an equally immense responsibility, because when an intelligence agency makes a move, the ripples can be felt across the entire world for decades to come. The story of intelligence isn't new, it's as old as nations themselves. Think of the British Secret Service, which has roots going back centuries, or Germany's Abwehr during the World Wars. But the game has changed dramatically. What once relied on human spies and dead drops has evolved into a high-tech chess match. Today's agencies use a stunning array of tools: satellite surveillance that can read a license plate from space, signals intelligence that intercepts communications across continents, and increasingly artificial intelligence that can sift through mountains of data to find that one critical needle in the haystack. When you think of spy agencies, names like the CIA, MI6, and Mossad probably come to mind first. These are the big three, famous for their daring operations and global reach. The CIA, America's civilian foreign intelligence service, is legendary for its covert actions and analysis. Britain's MI6, the real-life home of James Bond, specializes in foreign intelligence gathering. And Israel's Mossad is renowned for its targeted operations and counter-terrorism efforts. But the club is much bigger than just those three. In the US alone, you have the NSA, the National Security Agency, which is the master of electronic surveillance and code breaking. Then there's the FBI, which, while primarily a law enforcement agency, has a significant counterintelligence and domestic security role. Each agency has its own unique skill set and mission, but they all operate under the same fundamental directive: protect their nation's interests and security at all costs. Often, they collaborate, sharing intelligence and resources to tackle common threats. But just as often, they are rivals, competing for influence and information on the world stage. Now for a truly surprising, and frankly, unsettling fact: the sheer power of these agencies to manipulate public opinion. This isn't just about collecting secrets, it's about creating realities. Through sophisticated disinformation campaigns, they can plant fake stories, amplify certain narratives, and sow social discord to achieve a strategic goal. They can influence how people vote, what they believe, and who they trust. A classic, and highly controversial, example is the CIA's alleged role in the 1953 Iranian coup. The democratically elected Prime Minister, Mohammad Mossad, had nationalized Iran's oil industry, which angered British and American interests. Through a covert operation codenamed Operation Ajax, the CIA, along with MI6, reportedly orchestrated a campaign of propaganda and unrest that led to Mossadeg's overthrow and the installation of the pro-Western Shah. This single event dramatically altered the course of Iranian history and continues to impact US-Iran relations to this very day. It's a chilling reminder that the information war is just as important as any physical conflict. In more recent times, the primary focus for many of these agencies has shifted to counterterrorism. Since the attacks of 9/11, intelligence agencies have been at the absolute forefront of the global effort to prevent terrorist attacks and dismantle extremist networks. They work hand in hand with military and law enforcement, sharing critical intelligence that has, without a doubt, saved countless lives. They track financial transactions, monitor communications between suspected terrorists, and run informants inside extremist groups. However, this relentless focus has also brought criticism. The methods used, such as widespread surveillance programs and drone strikes, have been condemned by many as being too aggressive and heavy-handed. Critics argue that in the name of security, civil liberties have been eroded, and innocent people have been caught in the crossfire. It's that same difficult balancing act again: security versus liberty. How do we stay safe from genuine threats without sacrificing the very freedoms we're trying to protect? There is no easy answer, and it remains one of the most pressing challenges of our time. So, to bring it all together, intelligence agencies are undeniably one of the most powerful forces shaping our world. Their work is a constant high-wire act performed in the shadows, far from the public eye. From classic espionage and counterterrorism to modern cyber warfare and covert influence operations, their reach is vast and their impact is profound. They are the silent guardians, the hidden persuaders, and the secret players in the great game of global power. The secrets they keep and the actions they take can define an era and change the course of history in the blink of an eye. What are your thoughts on this hidden world? Do you think these agencies are a necessary evil, or a dangerous threat to freedom? I'm genuinely curious to hear what you think, so let me know down in the comments. This is a topic with so many layers, and I'd love to continue the conversation with you all. If you found this dive into the world of espionage fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.